it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. This is for all my Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, males and females. This is going to be for the last week of March, so March 29th till April 4th. And we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, finances, and love. So I hope you will find these helpful in some way. I will have a link to the extended reading below in the description box. So if you find that's resonating, you want to spend more time, dive in deeper, that will be below for you guys to check out after you're done watching. And of course, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, it's Nicloves with 2 eyes. All right, my gorgeous Pisces, let's just get right into it. So Pisces, I feel like this week is all about you and your independence. Maybe you're going to be feeling more independent than usual, or just kind of really doing things your own way, not looking for validation or seeking approval from anyone. Maybe some of you really take pride in being independent and just kind of doing what you want to do and making your own decisions. Or if that's something you strive to be, maybe it's become, independent emotionally, physically, financially. It could be in any way, but also some of you are getting like the cat spirit. So maybe some of you have cats or you love cats. But I feel like this is just kind of reminding you of your independence, because cats are really just independent animals. They're really different from dogs. They kind of just do their own thing. They're really smart. So a lot of you are really smart and you're meant to kind of do things your own way. You don't need to be told what to do. Okay, I'm also getting that the number 13, if not also the number 4, may be important numbers for you guys this week. Okay, I'm also picking up that for some of you, something happened, or there is some kind of memory from a certain Friday the 13th. I don't know from what month, but there was a Friday 13th where something significant happened, or a memory from that day or from that moment that you may remember or may come up to the surface sometime this week. So I don't know, that's going to ring a bell maybe later for you, but something correlated with Friday the 13th. When it comes to your health, I feel like you're unsatisfied with something, or there's like anxieties or stress about maybe your health, your body image, your appearance. Maybe you feel like you've been doing a certain regimen, a certain diet, a certain routine. You're like, is this really working for me? Am I seeing the results? I don't know. Should I continue? Should I not? And for some of you, I think you're almost towards at the end, but you just got to keep going a little bit more. And I think if you stay consistent and you finish, you'll see better results. But if you quit too soon, you may, not see those benefits if you were just to push a little bit further. It's kind of like, they say when you're working out, it's usually those like last burning minutes that are killing you when you want to give up is when you burn the most calories. So you may be almost at that point where you're like, oh, like I don't want to keep doing this. But if you just push through, that is when you're going to see the best results. So I think for a lot of you, you're kind of being encouraged to keep going, whether this is your workout routine or your diet, or a certain health or lifestyle maybe you've been trying, but also your relationship and your image with yourself. Try not to be so self-critical. Try your best. I know it's hard. Try not to compare yourself to other people. We're all different. We're made differently. Our chemistry, our biology in our body is a little bit different. So learn to love yourself more. I know it's harder these days especially, but try not to be so hard on yourself and give yourself some credit. Like look back maybe a year, 2, 3 years ago, or a few months ago, and look to see how much progress you've actually made, and you would actually be surprised that you've come a long way. So try not to be so hard on yourself. And even if you haven't started some kind of health journey, it's never too late. It's never too late. You could start today, you could start tomorrow, but don't ever feel like you're behind or like you can't reach your goals, because you can. It's just sometimes we get in our head, we start to feel like, oh, I don't know, is it worth it? I think it is. You just got to keep going, but try not to like put too many fears or doubts into your head, or compare yourself like, oh, I should be like this, or like so-and-so is doing this and I'm not at that point. It's okay. So-and-so they've worked hard to get to where they are. You can reach that level. You can even go above and beyond, but it takes time. Nothing happens overnight, okay? When it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, I feel like there's a lot of distractions this week, Pisces. There could be distractions either with other people, other obligations, duties I need to do. I just feel like there's going to be distractions everywhere. So try your best to focus on what's more important, keep your priorities straight, maybe keep your agenda, your journal on hand. Write out a list of everything you need to do so you don't get sidetracked, because I feel like you're going to be pulled left and right, up and down with, oh, do this. Okay, now I got to do this. And now I got this errand, or I have this thing to do. Just try to stay focused, or create a list for yourself every day. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of distractions, and maybe even people that want your attention for a lot of different things, but just be aware that you don't say yes to too many people or yes to too many things when you can't actually do them. Learn to be okay with saying no, or like, I will when I get the chance, or you save it for another date so you don't overwhelm yourself, because you could start to feel overwhelmed. And that won't be good, because you won't be focused, you won't get anything done, and you'll just be like all over the place. So just try to do things at a time. And if you can, remove distractions, whether it's like turning your phone off or not talking to certain people, or I don't know, just setting up a goal for each day. Okay, I'm gonna get this done, and this is my top priority, this is my last priority, and just checking it off, I think really helps. Okay, so when it comes to your love and relationships and dating, some of you can have Libra somewhere in your chart, like myself. And as far as a person you could be dealing with, I feel like it could be a Leo, a Virgo, or another earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn. But of course, it doesn't have to be. It could be any sign, like I always say to you. It could just be the energy this person is embodying at this time as well. So keep that in mind. I feel here that you're being pulled in different directions, because your heart is telling you one thing and it feels a certain thing, it feels a certain way, but then your logical self, your brain is telling you, Pisces, I don't know, we've been here before. Do we want to keep doing this? And I feel like you're being pulled in separate directions, because your heart is telling you one thing and your mind and what actually makes sense is telling you something else. And so you're like, I don't know what to do. I feel here that you're connecting with someone who you called out. I think something was kind of like they were doing something or were not doing something. You got kind of upset. You felt like it wasn't fair, and you weren't getting maybe the time or attention that you deserved, or they were doing something that maybe could have been irritating you, or not doing something and that was irritating you. And you called them out on it. You talked about it, or you kind of briefly discussed it, and then they stopped. And you're like, okay. And so things were good for some time. They weren't doing that, or they were doing more of what you wanted them to. And you felt like you were heard. You felt like you were understood. And you're like, all right, well, I'm the type of person that I will address something once, give the person benefit of the doubt. But if I have to do it again or repeat myself again, that's when I know that this person just doesn't respect me. They don't care. They're not willing to make the change, because I already addressed it for one time, and you should already know that this bothers me, or I don't like this. So if you do it again, that's flat out telling me that you don't care. And you obviously weren't paying attention when I said it in the first place. So you addressed it. You addressed something once. Things were good for some time, and they didn't do it, or they started doing whatever you wanted them to do. And you felt like, okay, this is good, this is fair, this is balanced, and I feel a lot better now. So they started doing it, and it was good for some time. And you felt happy, this person felt really happy, they were expressive with you, kind, affectionate, having fun. And I think you were opening up, or you're starting to open up a little bit more with this person, because I feel like when you like someone, yes, you're open with them, but what makes you feel more open, or makes you open up more, is if they make you feel safe, if they make you feel secure. Okay, and I think that probably applies to a lot of people, right? Especially women. And so you started to feel a lot more safe. You were having fun with this person. They seem to be expressive, open. They have a really big heart, and you love that. And I feel like that's what you see through people the most. You see their heart, and that's what sometimes hurts us, right? Because we see the good in people. We see their heart. We tend to not look at all the bad. We see what's really in their soul. And sometimes the people themselves don't see that. But you see that this person has a really kind, generous heart. They're really childlike on the inside. But I feel that that period only lasted for a little bit, and you know, things were good for some time, but then they started being kind of cold or distant again, or closed off and didn't communicate. Or maybe their lack of communication was what the issue was to begin with. And now it's like they do it again. So whatever you addressed in the beginning, they fixed it and it was good for some time. It was really good. But then it happened again, or something similar, another thing that irritated you. And you're just like, what is going on? And I feel like this is messing with your head because your heart feels one way, and you know, I think what makes it hard is that you know that this person is not a bad person. They're not a bad person, and I feel it too. You know they're not bad. They're not trying to hurt you. They're not being shady. It's just they're not doing right. They're not able to stay consistent, or you just wish they could be how they are when things are good. And it makes it hard for you to be mad at them because you know that they're trying, but then when they stop trying, it's for other reasons. You're like, oh, I can't really be mad, but like I am, like I don't know how to react. And so now you're kind of like indecisive. You're at a crossroads between what your heart is telling you, your mind is telling you. And it's like you want to give this person the benefit of the doubt because you love them, you care about them. But then your brain is telling you, no, Pisces, don't be dumb. You've been through this before. We've talked about this. You need to value yourself. This person keeps doing the same thing again. You already talked about it with them one time, and now they're doing it again. Where do we draw the line? Are they crossing their boundaries with you? And I feel like this person is someone who's like going within right now. They may be having some issues or overthinking, overanalyzing things. They may even like, when things get good, they almost like psych themselves out where they get scared. It's like as soon as you guys get closer again, it freaks them out due to whatever's happened in their past or just things, unresolved issues that they have. And they are grateful for you, and I feel like they do care about you, but there's something within them that they need to fix, that they need to heal from, that prevents them, that blocks them from fully like growing, fully evolving. I feel like they're still needing to go through their like spiritual awakening, spiritual process. Maybe this person is not even spiritual, you know, and maybe you are. And that's part of the problem, where you tend to connect with these people that, yes, you have attraction for, you guys like each other, there's a connection, but when it comes to other things, maybe they lack spirituality, they lack that connection, and you do, and you're not able to talk about certain things with them, and it freaks them out. So I feel like this person's kind of like not communicating, being kind of cold or a little bit distant, and needing some healing, okay? I see that maybe this person could work in the medical field. Maybe they're a doctor, nurse, EMT, research, work in the lab, scientist, you know, anything like that. They could also be someone who is likes to be out in the sun, likes to tan, or has a nice complexion, tan or dark caramel, dark skin tone, doesn't matter. But they have a big heart. That's the thing. They have a big heart, but it's like the way they act or their actions, sometimes shows is opposite of what they actually feel or what they actually are going through. So like their moon and their sun could be like opposing. It could be totally opposite. And so how they feel is not really how they act or what people see. Okay, so we're gonna dive in deeper in the extended to get more information, to see where their energy's at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. So I would love you guys to join me on there. The link will be below. We'll continue this conversation, dive in deeper, hopefully get some more answers, some more clarity for you as to why this person is doing this. I think it's probably going to be most likely that they have some emotional unavailability, but we'll clarify that in the extended. Okay, all right, so we'll dive in deeper. Hopefully I'll see you guys then. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Wish you guys all the best. Bye.